Hi, I'm Tara Tinsley with the local music scene, here with Joe Salles, a drummer extraordinaire. So Joe, can you tell me, when did you start drumming and how did you get into that? I mean, this kind of intrigues me.
I don't know if it's typical pot pan thing when you're 2 years old. In my case, it probably was that and a lack of English communication, since nobody spoke English, myself included, until I was a little older, and it took me a few years, I guess, for my parents to get it. So they made me play trumpet and guitar, which I was a horrible guitar player. And made me play trumpet in the school band. And I figured once I got out of grade school to enter high school, I couldn't get girls playing trumpet in a jazz band. So the drums were about my fourth instrument at the time. And in high school there was my only instrument.
Yeah.
And like everybody else, you know, I played it for a long time, put it away for a while, get them back out, and there's no chance to put them away now, I don't think. I used to do studio work last minute, you know, like I was a last minute call guy. Can you make it to San Francisco in an hour and a half? We'll pay you $100 filling for our drummer. And I did that for a while, and I got sick of that also, and pretty much quit bands. I played in bands, you know, in high school, a lot of high school, but by my mid-20s, I pretty much focused on more teaching and recording work. And after I got married, you know, I had my kids first, then got married. Some years later, I just decided to mostly teach.
Oh, great.
I don't think my wife would trust me on the road.
Yeah.
Too long anyway. So.
Well, it's a hard life, though. You know.
Yeah, it is.
So,
it was easier when you're. It's easier when you're 25 than when you're 45.
Yeah. Well, about teaching, what made you think about starting to get into that? And you know, what are your likes and dislikes about teaching?
Well, I like the idea that when somebody comes to me, wants to learn, and puts their heart and soul into it, you kind of look at them when they're successful as a kind of maybe a small byproduct of mine. You know,
yeah.
So that something kind of like a village raising a kid. You know, part of the village.
Website anymore that you travel to different states to play?
I used to.
Yeah. Can you tell me an interesting road story?
What is this rated TV-14 or what? Well, yeah. I mean, you have any road stories? I mean, yours are probably safer than mine. No, actually, I guess kind of the typical story that's glorified without the glory.
Yeah.
You know, instead of running up Dom Perignon on the tour bus, the cake pump broke and now the beer's flat and the band's broke down.
Yeah.
And you know, we didn't have enough room for. There's 4 guys in the band, 4 girls. We're gonna have to be mounted under the frame or something. So one girl deal didn't work out too well either. So it was okay, you know, as a late teener, you know. When you're about 45, or just thinking of that makes me shudder, makes me want to quit and maybe go learn how to play flute or something.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Well, not flute per se, but.
Well, flute's cool.
It is. It's a very hard instrument. It's kind of a maligned, you know, misaligned.
Well, what is your favorite style of music to play out of all the styles that you can play?
One of my favorite styles to play, pretty much rock, heavy metal, progressive rock, and big band jazz. A lot of love jazz.
Yeah.
Just can't find anybody around here who likes to play it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Close with maybe your website or reach you if they want to.
I'd like to thank my parole officer.
Maybe tell people about your website. What's your website? JoeSalles.com?
It's joesalles.webs.com. I haven't been on it so long. I don't know if I had a guest book and all that stuff. I probably should update it.
And how can people contact you if they want lessons from you?
Contact me by phone at 209-346-5329 or email at matepex14@gmail.com.
Awesome. You got Joe Salles here, drummer, teacher, and much more. Wannabe flutist as well. Tara Tinsley at the local music scene.